Hi. So I wanted to give you a quick little rundown on the journals. For this class, you have 5 primary text journals due over the course of the summer session. These will go from week to week, starting this week until the final week 6. There will be 5 of them total, and each one is worth 8% of your final course grade. So a total of 40% of your final grade will be dedicated to these journals. Each of them will be 500 to 700 words. That's roughly 2 to 2.5 pages double-spaced. And the point of these is that you're doing your own original research using original sources. Paying attention to the written argumentative form is a must. I know it's 2 pages, so you don't have a whole lot of space, but I will require you to have introductions that actually tell me about your methods and your sources. I will require you to have topic sentences for each of your paragraphs that tell me what exactly your argument is. I will require an argumentative thesis statement that sets the parameters of these short written assignments. I will require you to have quotations from your original source, whatever it may be. And I will require you to have some sort of concluding statement at the end. It doesn't have to be a full conclusion. One sentence that kind of sums it all up is fine enough. But the written form is a must. And because this is a 2 to 2.5 page assignment, scope is key. So when thinking about your original source, think of something that you can actually write about in 2 pages, not 2 very loose pages that ought to be a 5-page paper, but something you can do in 2. So for example, this would be a single comic strip, or a single YouTube video, or a single print advertisement. Pay attention to how large your argument would be based on your primary text. You cannot write about an entire TV series in 2 pages. You can, however, write about one very interesting episode, and even then the reading would be very short. So scope is key, written form is a must, use original sources, make these 500 to 700 words, and there will be 5 of these total over the course of the summer session. So, a little bit more on original sources. When we're talking about primary texts, we're talking about the specific piece of Asian Pacific American or US Latino popular culture that each author engages with. So for example, this week, you have 4 readings around issues of print and visual representation. There are comic strips, there's pop movies, there's the internet websites, blogs, YouTube videos, and advertisements, as just a small handful of examples about what it means to represent race visually. So for your week 2 journal, you'll follow along with this and find something that engages in visual representation. I've left you some suggestions on the course schedule, like I said, but you're also welcome to find your own, just so long as you're dealing with content and form. So form, like we said, are the specifics about how the representation works. What it means to be represented visually, what it means to be represented in pictures are the forms for this week. There's also content. What is it about the content that makes it something interesting to talk about in terms of Asian Pacific American identity or community? What makes it interesting to talk about in terms of US Latino identity, community? What makes it interesting to talk about in terms of ethnicity or politics or culture? That constitutes the content. So in each of these journals, I want you to talk about form and content. All right? So if you have questions, be sure to ask me on the discussion board. Otherwise, I look forward to having these turned in on the assignment link on the OHMS Blackboard page. The assignment link will be up by Monday night. All right?